Guermoudin.
Well, Mike Guermoudin is somebody that I'm fairly familiar with, fighting out of Dog Pound MMA. I actually called his last fight at Ace Fighting Championship when he scored a 44-second knockout of Kevin Dawson. He's got lightning in both hands, Sam. He can put anybody away at 185 pounds in the blink of an eye. And tonight he wants a title belt around his waist. He wants to be 4-0. The mad scientist is a very talented fighter.
So, Tobin Cornelius trains at Adrenaline under Grizzly Byrne, and he's been hitting paths with Ford Riddle. Very well-rounded guy. He's working hard on all aspects of his game. Very athletic, very strong. Not quite. Still a little bit green. Still. I think he's still kind of maturing as a fighter, and hopefully tonight he really comes out and brings his A game.
Well, he will need it. Guermoudin is a tough test, but this is a really good fight. It's a bit of a clash of styles when you look at Tobin Cornelius coming out of a Grizzly Byrne, Munda Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well as Adrenaline, and Guermoudin who comes out of Dog Pound. They look for knockout finishes in every fight. So again, we see that nice clash of styles. The question is, whose style is going to win out? Who's going to be able to take the fight where they want it?
It should be interesting to watch.
And his opponent, making his way out to the red corner, please welcome Tobin Cornelius.
Well, if ring entrance music choice has anything to do with mixed martial arts, Tobin Cornelius is well up my list.
I love it.
Anybody who comes out to country music is up there in my books, I gotta tell you. Tobin Cornelius has had an interesting amateur career to this point as well, Sam, because he started off at 145 pounds and now all the way up to 185.
That's a big jump. I mean, that must have been quite the cut for him to make 145, because he looks like a pretty jacked 185er.
Ready for this middleweight title fight, and Pete Trevino just about ready. We'll send it inside the cage for the official introductions of this middleweight title fight.
And here we go, fight fans. Your co-main event of the evening is being brought to you by Dr. Faisal King Rahman, Cheapside Auto Care, and Rycor Countertops. Scheduled for 5 rounds in the middleweight division, this is the PAFC Middleweight Championship fight. Introducing your fighters, first fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks trimmed in white. Standing 6 feet 2 inches tall, he weighed in at 185 pounds. He's a Minion freestyle specialist, coming to the cage undefeated with a record of 3 wins and no losses. Representing Dog Pound MMA, fighting out of Brampton, Ontario, ladies and gentlemen, here is Mike, the Mad Scientist Guermoudin. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks trimmed in gray. Standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, he weighed in at 185 pounds. He's a freestyle mixed martial artist, bringing with him to the cage a record of 3 wins, 2 losses, and 1 drop. Representing Manda Jiu-Jitsu, fighting out of London, Ontario. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Tobin, the Prodigy Cornelius. Referee Woodrow James with fight instruction.
Guys, we went over the rules in the dressing room. A good, clean, fair fight. It's 5 rounds for the vacant title. Any questions from the group? Any questions from the ref? Touch gloves? No problem.
Here we go, fight fans. Scheduled for 5 rounds. Your middleweight championship.
And here we go, 5 rounds for the PAFC middleweight championship. And Sam, looking at Tobin Cornelius, you've got to be right. That had to be a miserable cut when he was going all the way down to 45.
Oh, he's a big boy.
Guermoudin coming right at him, landed the punch, but he was taken by Cornelius, who's trying to bring him to the mat, and now does. And right to mount.
Full mount. Great position to be in early on in this fight.
They're right up along the side of the cage. And Cornelius now posturing up, trying to rain down.
To the back, smooth transition.
Guermoudin had to give up his back there, and now both hooks well in for Tobin Cornelius.
Great start to this fight for him.
Now he's flattened him out. And now reins in the right hand. Sam, this is absolute brilliance to open up from Cornelius. And Guermoudin threw himself down, but into a bad position. He almost...
Tobin is doing a great job following along with them. Great transition back to the mount.
Guermoudin took a real chance there, trying to throw all the weight backwards, but he put himself in an even worse position coming out of it.
You can tell all the work that
and Cornelius trying to
got a little overzealous for it.
Trying to separate out that arm, Guermoudin.
You got to imagine, you can tell just by looking at Tobin Cornelius that he's a very strong guy. Still early in the fight, I'm sure he has lots of energy. He might be able to reef this arm free and get this arm bar.
Yeah, he's not in the best position to finish a fight with an arm bar.
Tough against this cage here.
But he is ripping away for it.
He's not giving up on it. He wants it.
And he's worked
he's
himself.
got his arm free. Back to a mounted triangle type of position. Great transitions. Very athletic guy, Tobin Cornelius. Very good at getting back to position, scrambling. He's come out on top on every scramble here.
And to reference my word of the day calendar, this would be the antithesis of what Mike Guermoudin wanted early on. I think for an announcer, you have to have one of those word of the day things. As again, raining down the punches.
Remember that for next time.
Hey, if you want to come back, my friend, I would love to work with you again. As throwing the punches to the body. Cornelius trying to find a way through in these last 10 seconds. I don't think he's going to be able to finish this one off in round 1. Horn will sound.
Great dominant first round by Tobin Cornelius.
Well, here's the question, Sam. Was that a good enough round to give Cornelius a 10-8?
It was fairly dominant from start to finish. It'll be interesting to see how the judges score it.
Guermoudin had next to no offense in round number 1, and as you said, the transitions for Tobin Cornelius were tremendous. And Tobin Cornelius looks ready to go for round 2. Guermoudin taking some deep breaths down on the stool. Just look at the difference in the two corners. It really tells you the story of what happened in round one.
I'd like to be able to hear what these corners are telling their fighters right now.
Second round.
Well, maybe we can do something like that
Make
for
some
next show.
noise, London. Round 2. Fighters, what you gonna do?
Back out to the center of the cage to start round 2 of this middleweight title fight. And Cornelius starts off throwing punches up
Right
top.
back to that takedown.
Guermoudin tried to release him up and over the top, but it didn't work. Right back on top is Tobin Cornelius.
Looks like the work with Chris Lee Byrne is really paying off for him. He's really been dominating this fight on the ground.
I mean, you got to give credit where credit is due with Chris Lee Byrne. Tremendous when it comes to both competing and teaching Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And again, Cornelius, by all rights, he should have been on his back there, but was able to reverse that roll through, and again puts Guermoudin on his back.
You can really, it really just shows the power and athleticism that this guy possesses.
Look at the transition back to mount.
Great base. He's very hard to roll off, to shake off on that top when he's in that top position.
And now Cornelius really throwing those rights and lefts. There's a lot of heavy leather coming down the way of Michael Guermoudin.
He wants that armbar,
And he's got it now.
He's got it. Oh, he's got the head loose. Squeeze those knees together and he can have this finished.
Guermoudin fights his way back in.
What a lot of heart from Guermoudin to fight his way out of that armbar.
But you have to wonder at a point, how much more can Guermoudin take?
No, if Tobin Cornelius can stay this relentless and just keep pressuring like this, sooner or later, one of these submissions is gonna work.
Guermoudin trying to throw from the bottom as they come right into the cage in front of us. Cornelius up on the back of Guermoudin. Now working perhaps for the choke. Sam, you can tell that Guermoudin is very talented in the stand-up, but it looks like Tobin Cornelius has exploited some holes on the ground.
Most definitely. He's really been all over him on the ground.
And now has a chance for that rear naked choke.
This might be it. That looked like when he popped there.
And he got him!
Winner by submission, a new middleweight champion. Tobin, the protege, Cornelius.
What a performance from Tobin Cornelius as he captures the PAFC middleweight title. Unbelievable performance. That was complete domination by Cornelius. Sam, it was every position, every transition, it all worked for Tobin Cornelius. Mike Guermoudin was just overwhelmed.
It was basically a flawless win. I don't think there wasn't one point in that fight where he was in any sort of trouble whatsoever.
A very impressive performance from your new middleweight champion, and it's hard to believe this is a guy who started his MMA career at 145 pounds, and just a couple of years later is now a champion at 185 in the best amateur promotion in Canada.
Good for him.
Our ring announcer Pete Trevino is set up. We'll go back into the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause, please, for both of the fighters in this cage. Your tap out came at 2 minutes, 36 seconds of the second round for your winner and new PFC middleweight champion, Tobin, the Prodigy Cornelius. All right. Let me get out of that picture. Go ahead, get that picture with the promoter. Where's his team? Get in there, team. Get a good picture with them. Hey, while they're taking the pictures, everybody don't forget, right after the main event, everybody's going over to the Black Diamond Bar and Grill, having a good time. The official after party for Prospect Amateur Fighting Championships. Tobin's gonna be there with his new belt, I'll bet you. Somebody's gotta buy him a beer or something.
If I could get everyone's attention real quick, I just want to say something. A friend of mine was recently murdered Thursday morning. I just want to give a big shout out to Billy Lamers. One of my best fucking friends was stabbed to death. And I just want to say, London, let's keep the violence in this fucking cage and not on those fucking streets with knives. Because too many young guys are getting fucking killed, and that's bullshit. Another big shout out to my team, to my coach, Chris Lee Byrne, at Monday Jiu-Jitsu. Best team in London, Ontario. I'll say that. Thanks everybody for watching.
All right. Congratulations, your new champion, everybody. Tobin, the Prodigy Cornelius.